Theophany number 1. This is a dangerous place. Prelude. Theophany, noun, a vision of God's face. This is the largest thing in a frame I have done thus far. I did it in pieces, accumulated body parts, before becoming conscious of wanting to tell a story. Longfellow said, "Seize upon that which lasts nearest, and make from that your work of art." What's in the frame is mostly made of circular bar coasters and cigarette foil, and was drawn with Pilot V-Ball grip pens and Sharpie colors over the summers of '07 and '08. Once I had a bunch of individuals, I conceived of it as a poor man's last supper, and gleefully told friends that I was working on a poor man's last supper. But when I realized that the numbers and the genders involved wouldn't meet that criterion, I let that idea go and just went where they told me what I saw. And I knew I would put them all in a single piece eventually and look at them all at once. When I started to glue them onto the black field during the Christmas break of '08, I beheld a weird theophany and knew right away, this is a dangerous place. And I now try to throw words to match, to explain it to me, to you. The figures. Doubting Thomas. This is Thomas, the apostle, the doubter, who came to firmly be convinced of Jesus, the Son of Man, as the Son of God, and according to Catholic tradition, carried that good news as far as India in his lifetime. My folks always told me I was named after St. Thomas Aquinas, the great Dominican mind who wrote a wonderful rational proof of God way back. But in my adult years, I've grown toward a singular devotion to Thomas the Doubter, who only took up the wonderment further back, who could only believe that Jesus rose from the dead to prove our ultimate promise once he saw it for himself and had his own theophany by probing the wound in Jesus' side. So he is here pictured in his signature DT sweatshirt with fingers out, seeking his proof, his eternity. You might feel, maybe here, maybe elsewhere, that I am blasphemous or profane or heretic in this theophany. And I don't mind so much if you do. I mean no harm. I just believe things I can't explain. It's not for me to apologize my love for Jesus. Like doubting Thomas, I know. Blevins, Lord Flinkus. Where I work in the summertime on the Mum farm, as we're hunching over the soil pile in the wagon, we play this mindless game wherein we flick the flickable pieces of soil, cutters, blood ports, real wood chips, at each other's face with glee, and receive them unguarded at close range. It's called Flinkus. I've drawn blood and I've let blood in this game. The eyeball eruption is the slam dunk of Flinkus. This is the founder, past his prime, one-eyeing the Godhead. St. Matthew. This is the tax collector, so darkly chosen by Jesus in the archetypal bipartisan move to be one of the apostles. I say darkly because Caravaggio's depiction of this scene is burned in my brain. And this is nothing like Caravaggio, of course. I make no claims of being an artist. This is just what I do, can't help doing. And I have no pretensions of its worth to anyone but me, That's why I show it to you, if that makes any sense. Here St. Matt is just a plump money man in shirt, tie, and rad pants, out for the evening, kind of checking out Mary Magdalene's little sister, Heather. Heather. Mary Magdalene's little sister is a doe-eyed, overexposed adolescent with a crush on St. Peter, who she digs as a bad boy. St. Peter. This is the rock on which Jesus built his church. Worse than a doubter, Peter was a denier, yo. Paradox is the gateway to the divine. Jesus knew. I've grown away from the church institutionalized. I bear it no grudge, just like I bear IBM no grudge. There's room. We all have our place. I just walk with my Lord straight up now, my own way, no middleman on earth, kind of Gnostic-like. But this here's St. Peter, the first pope, already a little crazy-eyed with the notion. Big-muscled and dazzling smile, nice pants, in prayer, yes, rocking the cross, wife-beater, yes. Who could have foreseen the corporations to come? Jesus. This is the Son of Man, Son of God, the Christ. Got no problem with any of that. The Lord I walk with daily beyond qualms. So many things hung on him unjustly, absurdly, nonsensically. I say I'm sorry constantly and do what I can to make up. Here he's sort of pictured in the most non-traditional way I could manage as a personal favor to him. No beard, no nail marks, no halo. In fact, sort of an androgynous minstrel with deprecating gloved hands going, "Oh, come on now, folks. We don't have to do all this to be happy and live forever, do we? Would that it were so quaint, my dear Lord. There's 3 rocket-powered crosses shooting straight for your brain." Mary Magdalene. Wow. So many people, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Martin Scorsese, to name just 2 of the more famous ones, mistake her for a prostitute, the penitent woman who washed Jesus' feet with her hair in Luke chapter 7. But the Essenes, the Gnostics, the knowers, recognized that she was especially beloved of the Lord, peculiarly in sync with him, and singularly knowledgeable of the mysteries. See the Gospel of Mary. Even the canonical Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and John, place her by name at the foot of the cross. And all 4 of them cite her as the first to know of Jesus' resurrection from the dead and the first to bear witness to the wonderment. So I picture her as a beautiful, powerful woman, the greatest knower of the first circle solid. Dr. Tom. That's me after I shaved off the beard for my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, September 08. And because I'm not as gutsy as Mary Magdalene, my nimbus reads, I'm not here, though I must be. Pope Urban II, preacher of the First Crusade. This is the CEO, sort of faceless, with left hand raised in benediction, promising that the peace of Christ rocks. Norman Mailer once wrote, "It is less debilitating to accept a ration of lies as a squad of facts."